Hello and welcome back to the Fusion Conference. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Catherine.
And it's so good to have you with us. This is day 2 of the Fusion Conference online, and we're so glad you've tuned in. We're following on from an incredible night last night. We're hearing stories of some of you who've joined us online of how God's been speaking to you already. You're unpacking some of what you heard, and it's been amazing to hear it. And we're looking forward to what we've got ahead tonight. But Catherine, what was one of your highlights from yesterday?
There's just so many to choose from, isn't there? It's really hard to choose. I mean, one of my highlights was the fun around the plan and like seeing all of your names when we were giving it away. There were lots of funny names. There's a bit of controversy when I chose Frederick the Fern. Lots of people were like, why did you choose that? That was the wrong decision. I chose that. Deal with it. Sorry, guys. That plant looks like a Frederick. I'm sorry. I just thought that's a Frederick plant. So there we go. That was one of my highlights. But the real highlight of yesterday for me was listening to Rachel Gardner and just her reminder that everyone is starting from the same place this year. This is a year that no one has ever walked through. Everything looks different. And so student workers who have been doing student work for a decade are starting again from scratch. They're having to think through, oh my goodness, how do we welcome students? How do we love students? How do we do small groups really well in this season? So I loved thinking that through, and the sort of how exciting that is for someone who's starting out this year as a student worker, or even students that are leading for the first time. Just thinking through, there is no comparison, not that there ever should be, but there is no need to compare. You just get to go and live out the dreams that God has put in your heart. You get to pioneer, you get to start new things, and you get to just be you. So I think it's a great encouragement. I'm excited locally thinking through what we're going to do new this year in SIGCUP and what my students are going to start, and the courage that maybe Rachel has given them to just go, you know what? I am going to pray and seek God and see whether he will ask me to pioneer something, to start something new, because I think he just might. Yeah. So that was one of my highlights. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, so good. I loved Yemi's challenge to us yesterday to see what does it look like for us to see diversity in our churches, in our communities, on campus. Especially in this season, there's a lot of conversation around this. So I thought it was on time. But one of the things I loved about Yemi's word to us was it really felt like we were being commissioned. Hey, dare to dream. It's possible for you to see it on campus. It's possible for us to see it as students, as student workers, that this unity and diversity thing just doesn't need to be something we talk about and go, hey, it'd be good to see it. We get to play a part in seeing that. And I love that passage of the prayer that Jesus prays, John 17, that they might be one. And I'm like, what does it look like for us to see it? I know there's a lot of reflection today. I'm talking to our young people on what do we as South Asian churches in the UK do to play our part to see diversity and unity done well. And it's possible, and that's encouraging. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's great to think through how we have these conversations and have them well. I know even you and me, Aaron, we've had these conversations together, and at times they've been really painful, haven't they? There's been moments where I've had to go, yeah, I don't get it, and I haven't always got it right. And I think I would just encourage students, even though it might be painful and it might be awkward and uncomfortable, press into those conversations, have them, ask good questions, show an interest in people's lives so that, we really can invite every student to find hope in Jesus and home in the local church. That's what we want to go for, but we can't do that if we're not having the conversations and learning to love people who aren't like us. So yeah, it was just a great evening, wasn't it, Aaron?
It really was. And listen, that's not it. There's so much more. We go again, don't we? Today, we have seminars in a short while, and we have another amazing night full of great content and all of what God has for us to say. So I'm excited.
But before we get to the seminars, I have the most exciting announcement for you guys this afternoon. We have the winner of our own Eat Out to Help Out Fusion 2020 competition. But before we announce the winner, we have got 3rd and 2nd place. Don't you worry. So, in 3rd place, drum roll please, Aaron. In third place is St. George's Leeds. We just loved this picture of them all socially distanced, hands up in the air. We loved seeing them use their church building. Loads of them gathered together safely watching our conference. Thanks for sharing that with us, guys. That was really lovely to see. Let's go on to second place, shall we?
Second place. We love this. Look at this. And we love this one. These guys were great. We loved your creativity. It was really fun. I just love that they're all holding bananas randomly. Some of them are even speaking into it. Bit rogue. Some of them, one of them has got a toilet brush in their hand. Listen, you definitely made us laugh. Worthy competitors, not the winners, unfortunately, but really, really good job. Well done.
Yeah, I have to say, guys, one of the reasons you didn't win is because one of the girls has got a toilet brush above their head. And I thought, that is disgusting. That's really gross. I hope it wasn't a used toilet brush because toilet brush in hair. Anyway, the first place. In first place, we have, let's give it a drum roll. We have Dan, Jez and Chloe from New Community in Sig Cup. Now hold your horses. Hold your horses. I know everyone is screaming at their TVs right now going, Catherine, don't you go to New Community. This competition is rigged. You knew that they would win. Hands up, I have to say, I did not choose the winner of this competition, did I, Aaron?
I can confirm Catherine did not make the decision. Some of us backstage, Fusion team, are the one who made the choice, so it wasn't you.
Yeah, we loved how they took the Into the Deep theme very literally. They got into their swimwear. Jez has got his little goggles on. They've also got all of the Fusion resources, which makes me look like I'm actually doing my job. So that's a good thing. But yeah, like I said, I didn't choose it. But well done, guys. We're going to send you some Just Eat vouchers for tonight. I know you're probably squealing right now. So well done. Quite rightly won. And yeah, enjoy your takeaway tonight.
Enjoy it. Listen, sorry if you didn't win tonight. Sorry if you tried, but it wasn't you. You've seen it in this conference. We love giving stuff away. So we're not going to stop there. I want to give more stuff away tonight. So I want to give away the discipleship deck and... Should have caught that.
I should have caught that again. That went very badly.
The discipleship deck and the DMC deck. We want to give this away. If you haven't seen these already, the discipleship deck and the DMC deck are resources that we launched a couple of years ago, designed for us to have great conversations. They're questions on every single one of them, designed for us to have deep conversation, discipleship conversations that help us grow in accountability with one another. You might be a student who might be asked to mentor someone this year, mentor a fresher this year, and you're thinking, I am not qualified. I don't know how I'm going to do this. What questions do I ask them? Listen, this is great for you. I use them with our young people in our church. They are great. Really love them.
Yeah, really helpful. And this is the lovely DMC deck. This is the Deep Meaningful Conversation deck. On it is a deep question to help you unlock God conversations. I would say this is particularly helpful to use with your friends that don't yet know Jesus. Sometimes it can be hard, right, to go from superficial questions like, how shall we, blah, 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 to actually getting to know people, knowing their life dreams, what makes them tick, and what they believe in. It really helps you unlock those conversations. I know students that have bought them going into uni, have just had them out in their halls of residence, and then they've had amazing God chats, stayed up till 2, 3, 4 a.m. chatting about Jesus, what they believe and what they have in common. You can get these for a $5 on our website. If you go to fusionmovement.org/resources, that's where you'll find all of the resources that we sell, and you can get them. I definitely recommend. But before we do this giveaway, I'd actually like to ask you a little question, Aaron.
Ooh.
So
okay.
Watch out.
Whoa.
What's she going to ask? Aaron probably already knows because he's a prophet. But here we go. Start praying, Aaron. Aaron, who is the kindest person you know?
That's a great question. And pretty easy one, actually. The kindest person I know is my mom. Mama Bear, family. Yeah, I've got to give it to them. Mom is the kindest person I know.
That's a good answer. You couldn't have really gone with anyone else, could you?
I couldn't have. I wouldn't be allowed back home, so...
Mama Aaron.
Mama Aaron is
Mama
the one.
Nayagam.
Mama Nayagam is the one. She is the kindest person.
She wins the competition.
She does.
For the kindest person in the world.
In the world, she does. So, Catherine, how can someone watching right now win these 2 packs?
So we're doing a little bundle again, aren't we?
We love a bundle, a fusion. So we're giving both of these away. What can they do to win this tonight?
Well, it's got to be something a bit challenging. So I'm going to say the fastest person right now in the comments to type Fusion Movement backwards. So that's not movement fusion, don't be silly, but it's spelling Fusion Movement backwards. Whoever can do it first wins both of these.
So on the chat right now, get typing Fusion Movement backwards. First person who does it, we're sending this boat to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, but I think it is time for us to read some Slido stories. We have had some great submissions on Slido. It's so fun for us reading what you guys have got up to over the past academic year, all of the great ways that you've been sharing your faith and the prayers that you have for the next year to come. I'll read a few more out this evening, so don't worry if you haven't submitted your story yet. There's still time. Scan the QR code, Fusion Online, and on Slido, put in your best student mission story from this academic year. But here are three that I just love from, last night they got sent in. So this is from a girl who is starting university, and she says, I'm joining university first year this term. I'm a fresher. I met a girl through a group chat who will be sharing the same accommodation as me, and she's already started asking me about my faith. It turns out she's recently been thinking about God quite a lot, and she says she wants to start going to church with me when we get to uni. It's encouraging. You're not even at uni yet, and you are already sharing your faith with your flatmates. It's really great. A student worker put this one in. She said, our current students have taken their own initiative to pray every week on Zoom for the incoming freshers, and it is fire. And now this last story comes from Middlesbrough, and it says, before the start of the last academic year, for about 6 months, there were a team praying for 5 or more students to come to our church. When September came, God doubled our prayers with 10 new students, many of them being international students. I love these stories. It encourages me to pray more, to seek God for these incoming freshers, and especially that first story, just thinking about these freshers that are already coming in, who might not have found churches yet, might have already shared their faith. That's really encouraging to think about, this next group of freshers coming in. I have a lot of faith for what God is going to do with you guys. It's awesome.
I love hearing these stories, especially when you look at student workers and their faith to pray. I love the last story at the end, like they were praying, expecting to see who will come, and that God meets their need, actually goes above and beyond. It's amazing. We believe in equipping student workers here at Fusion. We believe that student work isn't just something we do for a couple of years. We believe it's a calling, and we want to encourage people and commission them to do that. So this year we've launched a graduate diploma in Kingdom Theology and Student Ministry. This is the first of its kind. There is nothing like this that exists already. And we actually launched the first year's group yesterday, which is amazing. So if you're maybe a student worker or a student who's thinking about how can I serve in student ministry, and you want to grow deeper in theology and in getting a head around student ministry and done well, this is for you. We'd love for you to sign up and register. If you want to find out more about that, get in touch with us at hello@fusionmovement.org. We'd love to chat to you.
Yeah, and I guess this is perfect for some of you guys that might be graduating this year and you're thinking, what's next? What do I want to do? Actually, I've loved being a student and I've loved seeing my friends become Christians and sharing my faith with them. Maybe the perfect next step for you is exploring what would it look like for you to do student work for the year, and alongside it, study as well, to take it really seriously and be on the ground, practically doing it, serving your local campus and the students on it, but also studying as well. We would love to hear from you. It's great.
Yes, so good. I think we've got the winners of the discipleship deck and the DMC deck.
How exciting.
Through. This is so great. So someone's typed in Fusion Movement backwards super quickly. Let's find out who that is. But listen, I love these cards. I really do love them. And I'm expecting that whoever wins them this evening is going to use them really well. While we're getting that in, I was thinking, because you asked me a question before, I want to ask you one now.
Oh. And he's opened the discipleship deck, which is slightly scary. We're just waiting for the name to come up on the screen and then we will announce it to you. Hopefully this will happen before Aaron chooses a question, because I'm slightly scared of the question that he is going to announce. Have we got the name?
It's going to come. It's going to come. But There
We
it is.
do!
Oh!
Before he asked me a question.
I kind of wanted to ask you that
I know
question.
you did.
I know I did.
But I'm
Hannah
worried.
Simpson, well done. Let's give a round of applause. Well
Yay,
done, Hannah.
Hannah Simpson.
Well done, Hannah. Hannah wrote in fusion movement backwards the quickest. Hannah, we're going to send the discipleship deck and the DMC deck to you as soon as we can.
That is great. And we're going to go into seminars now, aren't we, Aaron?
We are. Listen, it's that time again. We've got amazing seminars coming up. 6 great options. They're going to come up on your screen right now. We've got some great ones. We've got Church Planting and Students by Ness Wilson. And Ness is great. Ness planted the church after us being a student. So she's got some great content for us in that. We also have an international reception from Joe and Ollie Davis, who are actually getting ready to go to Spain as they're pioneering student ministry there. That's going to be really good. We also have from Friendship to Faith, from our friends at Navigators. This will help you kind of navigate. How do we walk with our friends, journey with them, help them unpack faith together? These guys carry some real wisdom on that. So this is going to be good. The details are on your screen right now. Use the QR code, scan it. If that doesn't work for you for some reason, fusionmovement.org/seminars has all the details that you'll need.
Totally. And we will see you again at 8 p.m. tonight, where we will be hearing from Sam Robertson from the Glasgow Prophetic Centre and our very own Miriam Swanson, all the way from Florida. She has got a powerful message for you guys as students. And then after tonight, it doesn't end at 9:30. We've actually got a student reception. So this is for you guys who are heading off to university this year. This is a chance to meet other students who are also heading off to your university campuses who love Jesus. And now I would say Luke Smith, who's our team leader, he gave me a call before this and said, just to let you know, as some inside info about the student reception, one girl met a friend at this student reception 12 years ago, and they're still best friends.
Amazing.
So who knows, you could meet your best friend. Apparently, people have met their husbands and wives at our student reception.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that's what we're going for.
Right.
We're not a matchmaking service. I totally believe in singleness. I think it's awesome to be single. We are living very content lives as unmarried people. But you could meet your husband or your wife at the student reception tonight. That's not the only reason to tune in. Obviously, it's just great to meet people who are also students, also heading off to university. So if you haven't already signed up for that, make sure you go sign up for that now. But we will see you tonight at 8 p.m. You've got about 10 minutes now before we head into seminars. So make yourself a cup of coffee, get your seminar link up, and have a great time. God bless, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.